Hi, I'm Steph, and this is your quick PMC extract guide for customs. We are going to start on this side, so we're going to be at Smugglers Boat. For Smugglers Boat, you have to keep in mind that you need to find a note. This little thing, piece of paper, you find it in scav pockets, scav backpacks, and in filing cabinets. So we're going to take this one. We are right here. This is exactly where the location is. So if you look at that bridge, we're coming from Big Red. You have to look at this little fireplace here. Okay, so that is Smuggler's Boat. From Smuggler's Boat, this is Smuggler's Boat. We're gonna go to Transit to Shoreline. This is right next to it. So Transit to Shoreline is right just up the hill and to the left. We're gonna look at it in game and see how that looks. So we go just up the hill from here. And the transit to Shoreline will be found on the left through this gate. Okay, you go through this little gate, go a little loop around this fence, you go inside this bus and you'll see the interact button. This will take you to Shoreline. From transit to Shoreline, we can look at the map and we can go to Dorn's vehicle extract. So this is a vehicle extract, right? From here, just you either go up the hill to have a look at enemies, or you just hug the wall and go straight to the Dorn's extract. This requires money, so make sure you have money in your pocket to be able to use it. Let's go there right now. So we get out the gate. As I said, you can go up the hill and have a gander. Otherwise, you can just hug the wall and go to the card extract. This is not 100% spawn, so if the black jeep isn't here, it means you cannot use this extract. If the black chip is here, you can easily just pay the money and leave. As you can see that gate, we don't have a jeep right now, but the jeep is right there at that little gate. The gate is slightly open when the jeep is here, and you can pay it. It takes 1 minute for the evac to happen. Make sure when you are here at the extract to not sit like a duck. Just try to look at the windows, try to look everywhere, because there's a lot of people that will be looking at this area to kill people that aren't paying attention. Alright, so from there, we are at vehicle extract. There's gonna be a bit of a run from here, and we're gonna go to transit to reserve, because that's the other one and the last one on this side. Well, not last one, because there's Crossroads here, but yeah. We're gonna run all the way from here. You can hug the wall again and just go to transit to reserve. Okay? There's a lot of pathings from here. If you like to fight thorns, you can fight thorns. You can just go from here and go this way and then go here. That doesn't matter. The idea is the transit is here. We're gonna pop an SJ6 so we can run a bit more. And then we are gonna run all the way to the transit to reserve. It's gonna take a bit, but that's fine because this way you will be able to see the map as it is. Okay, so this on my right is Dorns, 3-story and 2-story. A lot of fighting happening here, so make sure you pay attention. Always check your corners, always check the bushes, but you can, as I said, easily just follow the fence. I think that is usually the safest route. You follow the fence until you find the crack. You go through it and continue straight up. Right? You go through here. A lot of attention here to your left because there's a lot of people camping that spot. We can already see the radio tower. Again, we can hug the wall. I'm just doing this to get there a bit faster rather than sticking to the wall. So we get to the train tracks. Okay. Pass through the train tracks. There's still quite a bit to go. But then the other ones will be closer one by one, so this one is probably the furthest away. And as I said, this is transit to reserve. You go all the way up the hill, and then we go all the way down. You can still keep the fence to your left. Is the easiest way to find it if you keep your fence to the left. Alright, at that jeep, the transit is gonna be to our left. So as we reach this fence, we take a bit of a left and you can see transit to reserve already popping up. Okay, so from transit to reserve, so this is where we are right now, transit to reserve, and we're gonna go to ZB11. So ZB11, okay, let's go from here. So from transit to reserve, we go through here. There's a little hole in the wall here. We go to ZB11. ZB11 is in a bunker, but you'll see it right away. So let's go to ZB11 extract. We run all the way here. There's people camping in between these rocks, so be careful. You go through here, check your corners, check on top. Sometimes people are just prone here. As I said, there's a little hole in the fence right there. People can sit here as well. A lot of people sit here inside as well, so be careful to check this. You go through this hole, check your left, check your right. We go all the way until we see the bunker entrance. Okay. Okay, so this is the bunker entrance. And there are people sitting right there camping. Be careful of that, or there in that bush. But this is ZB11. You open this door, you go down the stairs, and you are at ZB11. Good. So next stop from ZB11 is gonna be ZB12. So this one needs the exact same note as Smugglers Boat. So it's Smugglers Bunker, ZB12. You still need the same code. This one, the word Voron. Right? So from here, there's two paths. We either go following the tracks. There is a little jump here. We jump and we are exactly at the bunker, ZB12. Or we can go through here and we go all the way here. So let me show you this one because it's the shortest, but I'll show you from this little train where you can go through to get to the same bunker. So let's see how that looks like in game. We are at ZB11. As I said, you follow the train tracks all the way to the end. I mean, not the end, because it's not the end, it's just gonna be a fence. But there is a jump over from this fence that gets you to the bunker. I will go in this little train cart just to show you the other path because you can quite see it from here. But that is the jump that I'm talking about. But if you go in the train track, you can see, so the other pathing was through there. You hug that fence, there is a gate here. You can go through the gate and come all the way here. Okay, we're gonna do the jump because it's the shortest. This is ZB12, correct? Correct. Okay. ZB12 is right through this door. You go in. If you have that note, a pop-up will be displayed and it will say hand over note. Otherwise, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't look like an extract. It's a bit tricky in that sense. But it's the same for the boat as well. You can go close to the boat and never know that is an extract. Alright, so from here, we are gonna go do something in this building that will make sense for this extract. Okay, so we are at ZB12. There's two extracts here. There's transit to factory and there's old gas station. But before doing this, we're gonna go turn one power on and then we're gonna talk about this one when we get here. But I'll do the power and I'll explain it again when we get there. So from here, we are ZB12. We go on the train tracks again, we do the jump over. We look at transit to factory. And we look at old gas station. Then we're gonna go here to the flare. And then we go to ZB13. Well, let's take them one by one. First, we're gonna do transit to factory. Okay. As we did the jump over from here, we leave ZB12 behind. We go all the way at the end of these tracks. This is actually gonna be the end of the tracks until this gate. Not the end. The end is at the flare extract, but the end for this part of the map. Alright. So we have two things here. One is transit to factory, and that is old gas station. Transit to factory is at this card. We will see the interact button in a second. See, we can now transit to factory. And if we look on the map again, we are here. Transit to factory and old gas station is right next to us. So let's do this one. Okay. And that downstairs is old gas. Old gas is not 100% open. Even if you see it as an extract when you pop your extract lists, unless you have a green flare here, you will see it. It's very obvious. If the green flare is not here, this extract is not open. So make sure you see the flare before coming here. Okay. The next ones we are gonna do. I said I will do it, but I forgot about it. So we're gonna go back from here. We're gonna go back in this building. There is a button here that needs to be pressed in order to be able to use this extract. So we're gonna go press this button, come back all the way here, show you the flat extract, and then we're gonna go here, okay? So right now we're gonna go back, turn the power on, gonna go through here, all the way at the end of the train tracks, and then come here. Alright, so let's see how that looks like in game. Okay, so we're gonna go back from here just a tiny bit to turn the power on. This is warehouse 4. People call it that. I always call it the power building. It's pretty easy to recognize if you know the new gas. You can always see new gas from here, so it's pretty easy to recognize which door you have to go. There's a Ford here as well. You open this door, you take a left. But be careful, there's two switches here. This one is the one that you need. This one just toggles some light inside the building. It doesn't do anything. This lever is what you need. So from here, as I said, we're gonna go a different pathing, again on the train tracks. Be very mindful, there's people camping there. Usually they have a really good view over here. We're gonna take the train tracks and go to the flare extract now. Alright. Again, I would suggest not sitting on the train tracks. Hug the wall there, rather than being here out in the open, because there's people that gonna look over here. There's people that are gonna be able to see you from there. So just hug the wall and go all the way at the end of the train tracks here. There will be a pop-up at one point. I will say this is a signal flare extract. You will see it. And then you have to pop the flare. There's two types of flares. There's the pistol one, that's a small cartridge, or there's the big one, just like the drops flare. So they're very similar. They do the same thing. So you have signal flare area right here. You have to pop this. You make sure you see the green flare. If you don't see it, it didn't trigger properly. And you have to run all the way at the end of the train tracks for the extract to work, right? Okay. This one I think is 100% open, so I think most of the time you can take it. But you have to be very mindful of people camping it from there. There's a lot of people sniping from there. And that flare is very loud, so be sure to check all your angles when you want to take this extract. So I'm gonna pop the Chrome tab again. As I said, we turn power on for this because it's needed for this extract. Unless you turn power on, you will never be able to use this extract, even if you have the key. This one requires factory emergency exit key. So it has two key elements. It needs power on, and it needs this key in order to be able to extract from here. So let's see how it looks like, at least in game, even though we're not gonna extract there. The extract is found in the basement of this stronghold, is what we call it, right, in this building. We go through here. There's a iron gate, and then there's this gate that needs the key. Now I don't have it on me, so it's gonna tell me bridge, and it's right inside there. Okay. From here, we're gonna go to the co-op extract because it's the closest. Okay, let's look at the map again. We are gonna go to the boiler room basement co-op. It's from ZB13, right? From ZB13, we're just gonna go in this building, and I'll show you where the extract is. Ruaf, unfortunately, is no longer an extract anymore. So from the co-op extract, we're gonna have to run all the way on the other side of, like, at Big Red side. So let's go to the co-op first. Good. We are at Stronghold. Co-op is in that building. Again, be very mindful when you run out in the open. You can be sniped from there. You can be sniped from there. There's people that go on top of this and snipe. So be very, very mindful. The easiest way to locate it is next to this blue fence. This is the area where you have to get the golden pocket watch, right? This is the building next to it. That truck is where you get the golden pocket watch. Through this door, there's just one door here. You go through it, take a left, and those stairs are the co-op extract. With the co-op extract, it's good to remember that you need to have a scav and a PMC in order to be able to use it. If you do not have a scav and a PMC with you, you won't be able to use it. I don't have it as an extract now, but this is right here. Okay? Okay. That is boiler room co-op extract. You need to have a scav and a PMC. So if you're a scav, you have to have a PMC. If you're a PMC, you have to have a scav. We're gonna exit through the back, and I'll show you the map where we're going. Gonna be a big run again, so we're gonna pop another stim. We're gonna eat. We're gonna drink the water, and as long when I pop the water, we're gonna look at the map again. All right, let's look at the map here. So from here, we're gonna go and cross the bridge. That is the land bridge, across from the main bridge. This is Big Red. We're gonna go all the way here, and we're gonna go at Trailer Park and transit to Interchange, and then we're gonna look at the last extract, which is here. Okay, so Ruaf roadblock, no longer existence. We're gonna go at Trailer Park and transit to Interchange. That's our goal for now. Okay, we're gonna have quite a bit of a run here. We're gonna go through the shortest route, which is next to Ruaf. Okay, be careful here. People always in these bushes. People camping there. People camping here. People can even sit on top of these garages, so be mindful when you cross here. Okay, we cross the land bridge here. It's quite a long way. That's a long bridge on the right side. You always can take a moment here in this box to gain stamina so you can keep moving and not just walk like this, because if you walk like this, it's always easy for enemies to headshot you. Alright, we take a left at the train tracks so we can go around these. Well, not necessarily. Never mind. I forgot you can go through here. That's even easier. So that's what we call Big Red. The extract that we care about, Trailer Park, is to our left here. Okay. Bigger map, so it's definitely a long way to go, but you can skip through chapters and go to the extract that you care about, and you'll see how to get there. So yeah, we are now next to Trailer Park. This is the trailer park, basically, and the extract is in this corner. This is where Trailer Park extract is found. So we are right here right now. And next to Trailer Park, there is a transit to Interchange. It's just next to us. You'll see it instantly. Because it's this bus and it says Ultra. It's pretty obvious. It says Ultra. Ultra Mall is Interchange. So you go here, you interact, and you go transit to Interchange. And from here all the way at that end is the last extract we're gonna look at. And it's called Crossroads, right? We are right here at transit to Interchange. We're gonna go all the way at the end of this road. And this is Crossroads, and that's the final extract for customs that we are gonna talk about. Okay, let's make the last run. This is one of the oil tankers that you need to plant a marker on, one of the quests. You'll easily, as you go through the quests, you'll find more places on maps, and they will feel more familiar. But yeah, this is the last extract. It's called Crossroads, and it's right here next to this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you extract more on customs. Please leave a like, a comment, or a subscribe because it helps me greatly to continue making this content. Thank you again and see you in the next video.